NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse Jonathan Taylor. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Raiders and the Broncos under the lights on Thursday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, it's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game you play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That one complete to Trey Tucker. The Raiders at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. They'll run here with Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Throwing Jones. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big pickup of 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now we'll pause for the injured player, and it's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. And it certainly would be a major loss for this offense. Hopefully he's okay. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Jones. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And some strong running. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Off the option, here's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That good for 19 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown! Dalton Kincaid from 3 yards out. And the Broncos go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season. right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They're going to look to throw. He's going up top for Taylor. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That's Mayer, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Hearns. And he is going to have a Raiders first down, it would appear. And yes, the chain gang going to move the sticks. They take a risk on 4th and 4, but they get it by a full yard. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's their quarterback with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
All right, man. I just want to give a big shout out to my son Ashton. He's the one that played he's played the whole game so far, so he did good on offense and everything. But good job, Ashton.
This is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
This one swung out to Williams. So no gain on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down to the 5. A big pickup of 38. Trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
And they'll fake the jet sweep, but instead of give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at about the 28. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. As far as the early games go on Sunday, we'll have our eye on Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A big one for the Chiefs, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium. Thank God.
Okay. As always, this one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Javonte Williams. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Williams diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Drew Sanders. Here's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It was 3rd and short, and they go. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Facing short yardage on 3rd down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play, otherwise he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goalpost.
2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll look to throw here. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Running straight ahead, Taylor to about the 26 here.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them, run fits.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard. Should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Response there to the touchdown in the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think he'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Up the middle, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. To throw on 2nd down, Jones. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Pulled in at the 24. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last says, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 120 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Throwing, Jones. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Taylor will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers. Make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Sutton. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's going to be taken down. Remember, he needed 4 yards. And 4 yards is going to be what he gets as they do convert here on 4th down. Now Jones.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. But he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And what do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts. And
this is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Open man, it's Mayer in the end zone for the Raiders touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Jones on 1st and 10. He completes this to Sutton. And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Courtland Sutton. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And Williams is going to pick up a Broncos 1st down as he'll get this up past the 40. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jones now on 1st down. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Again, it's Taylor. And this might net him a yard, if that, as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. On the handoff, Taylor. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Tyree Wilson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So it's a win here for the Raiders, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So for the Raiders, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Denver, the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.